Hi everyone, I am here to present system perspective, right based approach, ecological perspective, and strength perspective in social work. In social work, different perspectives helps professionals understand individuals and their situations in a broader way. The main perspectives include the system perspective, right based approach, ecological perspective, and strength perspective. Each of these provide a unique way to view people's lives, their environment, and the challenges they face, helping social workers plan effective interventions and promote well-being. Now I'm moving on to the topic system perspective. The system perspective in social work views individuals not as isolated beings but as part of larger interconnected system such as families, communities, organizations, and society. It helps social worker understand how different part of a person environment influence their behavior, problem, and well-being. There is some key assumptions in the system perspective. All individuals and system connected to each other. A change in one part of the system affected other. System try to maintain balance when problem occur. Individuals and system must adapt to change in their environment to function well. There are five principles of system. All systems seeks goal attainment and balance. All systems have boundaries. All systems are made up of subsystems. The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. All systems created feedback. Next, we will moving on to the right-based approach. The right-based approach in social work focus on ensuring that person can enjoy their basic human rights such as equality, dignity, freedom, and access to resources. It views people not as passive recipients for help but as active holders of right. The UDHR Declaration of Human Rights contains 30 articles outlining fundamental human rights covering civil, political, economical, social, and cultural rights, starting with the equality and dignity, moving to individual freedoms, legal rights, community national rights, freedom of thought expression, and economical social rights, all under a framework of universal protection and responsibility. There is some core principles in right-based approach. Participation, accountability, transparency, state responsibility. And there is some elements of right-based approach. Express linkage to right, accountability, empowerment, participation, non-discrimination, and attention to vulnerable groups. We are moving on to the ecological perspective. The ecological perspective in social work focus on the relationship between individuals and their environment. It explains how people's behavior, growth, and problems are influenced by their surroundings, such as families, school, workplace, and community. There is six professional roles in ecological perspective: conferee, enabler, broker, mediator, advocate, and guardian. The diagram shows ecological system theory. At the center is the individual. Then microsystem immediate surrounding like family, school, peers, neighborhood. Mesosystem connection between microsystem. Example, parents, teachers, home-school interactions. Exosystem indirect influence. Parents, job, mass media, local government. Macrosystem broader society and culture. Social norms, laws, economy, political system. And the chronosystem changes over time like technology, life events, wars, major social changes. Now I am moving on to the strength perspective. The strength perspective is an approach in social work that focus on the abilities, resources, and potential of individuals, families, groups, and communities rather than on their problems or deficiencies. It believes that every person has strength that can be used to overcome challenges and improve their quality of life. Strength based practice is applicable to any client group, to any interventions, and can be applied by any profession. When using a strength based approach, risk is looked at an enabler, not as a barrier. Risks, risks should be explored with the individual and from the point of view. A professional's role is not just to stop risk, but to help the person handle the risk safely. Finding both benefit and risk of a decision or activity. Understanding what might happen if things go well or if problem occur. Working together with the individual to manage risks in the best way. So benefits are increased and harm is reduced. There are many definitions of what strength based approach is. Let's take a look at some of it. According to Alex Fox, a strength based approach to care, support, and inclusion says let's look first at what people can do with their skills and their resources, and what can the people around them do in their relationships and their communities. People's needs to be seen as more than just their care needs. They need to be expert and in charge of their own lives. Morgan and Siglio says that working in a collaborative way promotes the opportunity for individuals to be co-producers of services and support rather than solely consumers of those services. McCashin Wayne says that strength based practice is a social work practice theory that emphasizes people's self determination and strength. It is a philosophy and a way of viewing clients as resourceful and resilient in the face of adversity. It is client led with a focus on future outcome and strength that people bring to a problem or crisis. When applied beyond the field of social work, strength based practice is also referred to as the strength based approach. Duncan and Hubble says that strength-based practice is a collaborative process between the person supported by services and those supporting them, allowing them to work together to determine an outcome that draws on the person's strength and assets. As such, it concerns itself principally with the quality of the relationship that develops between those providing and being supported, as well as the elements that the person seeking supporting brings to the process. All these perspectives help social worker understand people as a whole. They shows that a person's life is affected by their family, community, and environment, and that everyone has strength to face problems. By looking at a relationship, surroundings, and abilities, social work supports people in a positive and a respectful way to improve their lives. Thank you.